Hey, good afternoon, Bushman. Good afternoon.
Hey, blessed love, Mr. Linton.
Where you say?
I'm alright. They in
In
I'm a,
America.
yeah,
In
me in America,
America.
yeah,
In
yeah,
America. Where are you now?
in
Up in the New
America.
York area?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn.
Ah, in Brooklyn.
hmm
Fun City, Brooklyn, huh? Having a,
I
and a
love I love Bronx, but
you,
Brooklyn is my place really.
now you're talking. You love the Bronx, but for whatever circumstances you are in Brooklyn. I hear you. I
Yeah,
give you
man.
100% support
Yes,
on
sir.
that one. I'm a Bronx man myself.
Yes, sir.
29 years in that barrel. Love the Bronx.
Yeah, Bronx. Yeah, I mean, like I used to be on Bronxwood.
What? My
Yeah,
neighborhood, Bronxwood Hour.
225
Are
Bronxwood.
you kidding me? I'm from 218th Street.
Yeah.
218 on Bronxwood.
I met up with this virgin called Patrick,
Patrick, uh-huh.
and he had a construction company, but he had a song called Murder One. You know,
Murder One.
yeah, we really did have some stuff together.
So you made special for him also.
Yeah, with the first time I saw him, I sung about 10 dub plates. Then time
Oh.
I not even have 10 tunes for sing dub plates.
But as a writer, and I admire the way you write. Your imagination sort of run not wild, but you spread yourself. You're not in a box. So even though you
Yeah,
might not have
yeah,
hit songs, I'm sure
yeah.
you came up with some good lyrics for that sound.
Most definitely. I like to break the bubbles. I don't like to be in the bubbles, So me go outside at times. But one thing for sure, my fans and all the people who follow me and really know about me, I'll never change for nothing. You know what I mean? Like the lyrics
Right.
and entertaining and uplifting and
And that's
edifying.
one thing I really admire about you. With when dollars did a give away for sign big contract, and once you do that, you water down your sound and your lyrics. You never went. You stayed
No,
with the
no.
you
We
stayed.
stayed
You
away.
stayed the course.
Yeah.
What drives you into that though? What drives you into you gotta stick with the culture and the roots? Cause I describe you as a roots singer. What
So
drives you
so
in that?
a lot of people look up to Robert Nesta Marley. We big him up because his Earth Strong was a couple of days ago, and we're
Exactly.
currently in Reggae Month.
Right.
For me, I really rate Black History more than really Reggae Month because for me, like in Jamaica, when you say Reggae Month, only certain people can really like
Relate to
gain
it.
from a reggae month. Gain also because I remember January and February used to be tambourine season according to what they would say.
Mm-hmm.
But because of this Black History Month, which was more than even reggae month, it stimulates that tambourine season. So
Ah.
when Black History Month, people keep a lot of different things.
Right.
Which there's the people that must sell at the gate and all of them people that will do a cappella also enables to make a money as opposed to reggae month. Only the people that are responsible Dennis Brown can make a money and the people that are responsible Bob Marley and Gregory
Right.
Isaacs and so on and so forth. I mean an individual never go out and wait to keep something for Gregory or Dennis
Dennis.
or Bob family them would have do that. But with a
Right.
Black History Month now.
Everybody get a piece of the pie.
Everybody get a piece of the pie.
Right. Right.
So like in Jamaica, it wasn't for me. But what really influenced me to do what I do is listening to Bob and the way in tell himself, say, yo, if my life did that for me alone, then me no want it.
And I just heard, over the last couple of days, you've been hearing all kind of clips and quotes from Bob. And I just
Yeah,
heard that one
yeah.
again. The man is
And
was
that's
serious. He say, if I feel me alone, me don't want it.
all right. And
But
like I'm
Bushman, it strikes me how you can quote Bob Marley. But At one point in your career, you were almost like the new Peter Tosh. Bec-
I love Peter. I still can quote from Peter. For me, like Bob, Bob's intellectual is so childlike. It's so innocent. You
mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's so innocent that the way Bob would answer a question, you get really what he must say now. But he not try to add nothing, no big words or nothing. And
Right,
when he
right.
done, so
Just
when he
simple.
must say you're there. But Peter, now you can see Peter education and brain space wasn't normal.
It
Even like
wasn't.
the content of his songs, you would just say, yo, this young man here was before him time. Like a tune like The Day the Dollar Died. I
Mm.
mean, like for Robert, social commentaries are more commercial.
Yes, yes.
But Peter's
And maybe
were
that's
more
why
outside the box, and breaking the bubble.
Bob is still to this day selling millions and millions
Yes,
because people can, it's
because
so simple.
Peter really go after the going at some place where people are saying, no, don't agitate those people. It's not good for you, Peter. It's
And that's
not.
what he wants to hear. That's what when you say that to Peter, don't even tell him that because that's
And
exactly he's
that's
got to
what
do. That,
cut out some people and verbally.
but
you
what?
know what I mean?
Listen, Bushman, at that time though, was it hard for you to get in Peter Tosh's head? Because you did almost an album tribute to.
I did an album, Bushman
Exactly.
Sings.
So was it hard?
Nah, because one of the things is that Peter has played a great role in my career. Like, and in my youthful days, like, I
Mm,
remember when Peter died, it was like Sayana come down, the kind of music where you hear.
right.
I am that I am, I am. Songs like,
The African
um,
song, no
yeah.
matter where you come from.
Only the poor man I feel it, yeah. Songs like them,
The
they and like slave master,
mm,
slave,
mm.
goddamn mighty, and like this man would all I tell you say, um, what a tune I go man.
The one.
I am not in this world to live up to your
Yes, yeah.
expectations.
That
Neither
was
you're
Peter.
here to live up to mine.
That was
That's
Peter. That was
mighty.
Peter.
Just the way how the man plays them words, them and like him like write a statement.
Yeah.
He's making a statement, and when time him address something, you really have to look into that.
No, no. When
And
you first came on the scene, you know you have your own style and your own identity. But
yes,
I was in New York on the radio then, and I love the album. Not ready for commitment. What's that album? Some commitment.
total commitment.
Yeah. I,
But the first album was Nyaman Chant, and really and truly the tune that really gave me the break had a sound like an artist that I looked up to, a Michael Buckley, and it really had that sound. And Michael
ah,
Buckley had this song that he always sing. I don't remember the name of the original singer, but it's called The Trade Winds.
the
And
trade
it was
winds
really
of
one
my
of the most
time.
dominating dub plate also.
Right.
So it was like, here I stand looking around me, while all around
Around
me,
me,
what
what
do
do I
I
see?
see? You know what
And
I'm
you know
saying?
something, Bushman? I've had that song. I have maybe about 6, 7 versions from different reggae singers, and they all
Yeah.
sang it in the same tone as
Tone.
Michael Buckley.
Buckley, yeah, but it's a sound because the Lou Rawls, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
that tone,
y-
that tone, you know what I'm
yes,
saying? That tone is quite significant in the black world.
you are absolutely right. And at one point, your style was a bit based on Luciano, and then you move
Yes,
on.
yes,
What about
but
Luciano?
listen, the whole root of the sound is Dennis Brown.
Ah, you're absolutely right.
The whole root of the sound is Dennis Brown, but people might say it sounds like Luciano, but the whole root because Dennis is mine. Dennis is mine.
You that.
More than Peter, Dennis is mine. Okay?
Yeah.
So basically, this sound can't come out of reggae. There's always a new person that have that sound
Yeah.
because that sound resonates
Right.
in the nation. It's a the vocal tone that just stay in a people's head. So
And you're right,
then,
you know. You're right because when you think of Richie Stevens,
right,
started
because
out
even
Frankie
before
Paul.
Lucian, there was Frankie Paul before Richie, but
Yes.
there was a Dennis Brown, there was a Frankie Paul, there was even before there was a Richie Stevens, there was a Stonewall Jackson.
Yes. You know,
You know what I
I
mean?
listen, Bushman, you see artists like you, and this is why I admire you. You just don't come to sing and make noise. You know the business, you study the music, and you are very knowledgeable. And
Yeah.
that goes a long way. Because you know, you get some artists, they come online and you mention somebody and them like, who? Yeah,
Oh,
they don't know. And I find it, I think if music is your craft, brethren, you should study it and know about it. Know
yes,
who came
yes,
before you.
yes. But most of these new youths don't really respect the elders, the ones
That
that
is
paved
sad.
the road that we walked on.
That is sad. That's the
You know what I'm
sad part
saying? So,
about it.
you know, but if people should have really talk about the sound, they would have to start from a Dennis Brown,
Oh,
a
definitely.
Frank Paul, which plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if one listens to certain songs, you could hear a Frankie Paul speaking. I mean, like Stingray album, the album that's called My Meditation, that was renamed. It was a better place before My Meditation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then after it, there was an injunction put out on the album. Jammins put out an injunction on the album because the album was released without my awareness and was not supposed to be released before King Jammy's second album, which is called Higher Ground.
And that was another good album. But you know
Beautiful album.
what I learned about you over the years, and I've gotten people who have talked to me about you, good and bad. You are a perfectionist. You love to do the perfect thing. You like when you want the right tone, the right mix, and I look at man out there hustle to put out an album, not have the time to go back in a studio and do it properly. And then they label you, the singer, as a difficult person to work with.
To work with.
How do you address that label that you are
I
difficult
mean,
to work with?
Mr. Linton, I make time take first,
Lindsay.
and
All these
and
years
then
you call whoa. All these years you call me Linton. It's Lindsay. Lindsay as in
Mr. Linton.
Clinton.
Over the
Lindsay.
years, I don't know why the
Me
time
don't
come
know
back,
why.
but
Let me just correct.
because Arrows, all right, let me teach you, let
Arrows,
me
no,
set up again.
Linton.
Arrows and Mr. Linton and Arrows. And
I hear
Arrows was
you,
more
I hear
like
you.
our home,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
because it was that close point from St. Thomas, you know.
Yes.
So I do apologize.
Yeah, because, you
Mr.
know,
Lindsay. I do
when I
apologize. Mr.
interviewed you in
Lindsay.
1997, we're going to bring up
I'm
that.
going to call you the same name.
Same thing, so, you know, let me just stop it right here. No, but go back to what you were saying.
Yeah,
How do you address when
yeah, but
when producers call you difficult to work with?
after a while, people will find out, you know, because after a while, me no need to run it down because, I mean, at times when you are trying to make the thing right, which is wrong, it's so hard. But when it comes natural and people learn about it, they must say, "Oh, you know, people say," and then you know,
Right.
you just smile, and it's just beautiful. It's not just like producers alone. I mean, like promoters.
Well, I hear it
You
more
know,
from producers.
because one of the things is that after my first manager, we had some disagreements because her hand was in the cookie jar. We found it, and it never went well. So
You
she
found her
started
hand in the
painting
cookie
this
jar.
ugly picture of me, you know, which her reputation is good. You know, she's coming from a good musical background and her reputation is great. So people would really take her
Word over yours.
words over mine. And like for a while, like people been saying, "Yo, I want to book Bushman, but me ain't saying hard for work with them. I don't want to work with Bushman, but me ain't say." You know what I mean? And I mean, after people take the chance, they were like, "Oh, people say you're hard for work with." But like for me, I do it as is. Like some people that say, like a person will call me and say, "Yo, Brethren, how much you charge to do a show?" I'm say, "I can't just tell you half on the night. Depends on
A lot of
your capacity.
factors. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the capacity of the place and the area and my pulling power. Because if I can't
See,
pull your venue, then I can't tell you where I work off the amount of people that can come in
right,
at the venue,
right.
the cost that you charge at the gate. Me no business about nothing else. My business about the amount of people I can pull and the charge at the gate. I'm a
See, a
charge
lot of
based.
people don't look at it like that, and this is why I said to
No,
you that I admire you so much.
if you lost, if you lose, I lose.
Right.
And at that time, the promoter lose and the artist still wanting money.
But over the years though, you have amended that sort of reputation. You know, I don't hear
Yeah,
that coming from people. Oh, really? I don't hear that
you
coming from people
know,
anymore. So,
I mean, a lion of my age now is not a cub, and life is one of the greatest teachers, and life has taught me a lot of things, Mr. Lindsay. So you have to be observant, and at times what I've learned, one of the most significant things that I've learned about life, a mistake is not a failure. A mistake is a learning process. You reach a learning point. So when you make mistakes, you don't beat yourself,
right.
but to observe.
And
Rewind
learn.
back the tape, man, and play it in a slow motion and see where you went wrong.
Right. Good
As
advice.
opposed to
Good
beating
advice
yourself.
for the young ones. Them. So my favorite Bushman album is "Afraid of Commitment," and "Signs." Bushman is my second favorite album.
People tell me that Higher Ground is one of the best albums I've done. I don't know why,
It's a good
but
album, you know. It's a good
I
album.
think the title track, because one of the things is that all of my album, the title tracks are bad. I can't say that. We can't do a show and just sing all of my title tracks. Like, what is life when minority pays the price and collectors of their tax to take up pleasures in deadly devices? I've seen signs. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's the title track of Signs. And then
Si-
Total Commitment is, I know what love can do, it can cut through you out like a knife.
yes.
I'm afraid to make commitment. And then my debut album, Sitting I am on the Bingy Man, a chant chant. You know what I mean? And if we go to Higher Ground, it's from the Toots 5446, why the rhythm there? Doom, 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 doom. And it's
Books with
like,
him.
on the road, doom, 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 getting back again, doom, 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 doom. Cause I know I've got my feet on higher ground. No man said,
And I believe I have grown the album. Why so many people say that one of your best albums. It's loaded with a lot of previously released songs.
right, right,
So
right,
it's
right,
loaded. But an
right.
album like Signs, it was just 90% original tracks that
Original and
I've never heard before.
right,
And I go
right,
for that, brethren. You know, yeah, well, yeah,
right.
and a track we put out on 45, put it on an album. Yeah, all right, it's a good album. But when you
Hey,
put out
Mr.
an album with just original tracks and the
It's
music, because
crazy.
I played earlier One Tin Soldier.
Yeah, that one was crazy. I mean, like, all right, the executive producer was Colin Levy, aka Eiley
Ah,
Dread,
yes, out of Canada.
right? And Eiley Dread's wife thought that song would be a great song for me to sing, so she brought it to me.
Nice.
That was one of the adapted,
Yeah,
and
and turn your life around. That was also like
yeah, that was a Kenny Rogers,
Kenny
right?
Rogers song, yes.
That's on the album called I Like a Better Place, like more than My Meditation, which that was the title track. Like, it would make the world a better place. But the album, that for me, like, at times as music grow, I would hear things in the album that were not right. Like,
Oh,
because
okay.
one of the things is that we wanted to go back and just go through a couple of flat notes, a couple Ray and Ray, and I hear instrument that goes like me have a dancehall tune where I say Gun Drunk Crow. It's like
Oh, yeah.
when me look out a road, me see fire truck, ambulance, radio car, rude boy out fi war. Them say that them a gun dar, and them no let them gun far. When me look at me sing say, old gun drunk crow. Me no know how some man a stay so. Outside green, but them all look like bamboo. Kill up a penny, me brethren, me tell you. Me a wonder if a Satan send them. Devil must take out him heart and lend them. God Almighty.
Almighty. Now, after we haven't heard anything from you in a while, you came out with an album called Conquering Lion.
Liar.
And I don't remember who sent it to me. I told them this is such a good album. You just need to do the promotion on it and it will. And you guys drop the ball. You guys, including you, drop the ball on this album. Why?
Well, listen.
Yeah, let me hear
I
it.
put aside $10,000 to promote this album. When I was ready, the 10,000 wasn't there. I won't say why or where. Or how.
I don't want to hear. We don't.
But then the challenge is to get the album in a mainstream kind of energy was more kind of, would I say effortless, but it worked because of social media and so on.
Right.
And for me, like, I'm still pushing this album because I know it haven't done what it has.
It hasn't done it. No, the potential of this album. The
because,
potential.
I mean, songs like Somewhere. That song is like, I mean, yo, this is my like second independent project. I produced this album, I mixed this album, right? This album was mixed by myself and Sydney Mills. I balanced everything, pre-mixed it, and I brought it to America, to Mercy Studio, where we finished the art.
It's a very good album. I just think it was shortchanged.
I demoed these tracks, and I went to Tough Gang. Some of them was with my original band before, which is Grassroots.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of them, after demo, I went to Tough Gang and find some of the best musicians, the likes of Earl China Smith, the likes of Squidly Cole and drum, the likes
Tough
of
Gang, brethren. Tough Gang, what you expect?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what you expect at Tough Gang?
I think Conquering Lion was a home run, you know.
To me, it was. You know. It just suffered from lack of promotion, as I said.
Yeah, it was lack of promotion, and that's on me.
And this is why I love talking to you, because I can tell you straight up. You tell certain people the truth and them get offended. And, boy, Mr. Lindsay, you say that. And I can tell you straight up, very good album, lack of promotion. Let me take you back to 1997, because we still have to talk about this. There was a booking agency in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And I bought a package that included Everton Blender, just a bus out big time, Bushman, and I put one or two local artists from my end on this package. It was a package with Everton Blender and Bushman. You recall 1997?
Yeah, I recall.
And just before me let off my promotion, I got a call from the booking agency in Washington, D.C. Oh no, the tour is cancelled, the package is cancelled. And I could never get an explanation as to why. Do you know why that package was cancelled? Because
I knew about the booking and I knew how much I was going to be getting.
Mm-hmm.
So it fall through. That was what was keep on happening. Whenever I know what is happening, it's not happening because me supposed to. I'm not supposed to be cognizant. If you just collect what you give me.
So you didn't talk to them and give them a price and listen, brethren, blah blah.
Because me know, that's what I'm saying. I know the price that I'm getting and everything.
Oh,
and it always got a way that whenever me come to the table with somebody want a booking, because this is what I always do. I never could try to get into the way of my manager and her work.
I never spoke to you. Let's clear the air.
No, you couldn't talk to me.
Me never talk to you. And the booking agent me booked through.
No, because in those days, because I mean, we never did even fully leave from around Steely and Clevis. So that
At the
was
time,
really what caused it because
right.
officially there wasn't a manager. I remember when I asked Clyde Stanger to manage me, he said, I don't have nothing to manage.
Mm-mm.
And then
Bushman.
my producers, them I tell me something already for foreign yet for a while, you know. The first
No,
time I
man, at
came
that
through.
time, 1997, brethren, you have at least two
No, but
albums.
the first time I come out America was 96 December.
So no,
So
echo.
by 97 we start have disagreements because when I came 96 December they thought that I stayed in America too long.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
them start having problems. So by 97, you know, when I came up roundabout April, that's when I got my first work permit.
mm.
And what you call this now? I was
You were green.
diverted.
Listen,
Listen, Mr. Lindsay, I was diverted from my success. Because, listen clearly, my first album, my debut album was released on the 7th of October 1997, if I can remember clearly. That was in America though, but round about the time of January, February of 97, I was supposed to be in England because Greensleeve was the first to release
yes,
the album.
yes, yes, yes.
So when inquisitions were made about me and where is my whereabouts and I'm supposed to be in England, I was diverted to America.
And I took the package and I got back my deposit. I got that back. But the money I spent to promote and get place and
Mr. Lindsay,
meet
Mr.
them money they
Lindsay,
gone down the drain, brethren, because you don't get
yes,
refunded.
because in those days you don't know what happened. I mean, you have a producer, you don't even have a manager, but things are happening, and
Right.
you're happy for it. So I remember the first time I came here was with a Anthony. It was we were working in Boston, Massachusetts. That was the first place I came,
Okay.
and it was with the likes of a General Degree Buccaneer, Anthony B. At that time, me, Red Rat, and Goofy it was our first time in foreign. But Main Street was more taking care of their artists as opposed to a Steely and Cleveland where just did put a crew together.
Okay,
There wasn't even a crew, but
right.
Main Street had their crew
Had
because in
their
those days
crew.
it was a crew thing.
Yes, that
But
is
Bushman
true.
Break was an individual break. Them not even know me to shoot so much because Colliers, I remember going to my producers and saying, "Wow, I'm gonna release the tune in a sister. The rhythm a boil down because All It Tonight was the big song.
Right.
Think it a go so when I hold you tonight."
General
So
Degree.
basically,
But that
yeah,
wasn't really the best package for you anyhow. That
right.
wasn't the right
But,
package, you know. Red Rat, that's that dance all
no,
and
that
you.
was for sure. They said them never know where them are do, and I needed manager. And at the time, I can't get a manager until my producers approve. My producers have to approve of the manager that I'm getting because we had a 3-year contract, exclusive also.
Yeah.
So even my album, me not get no advance in my album. I'm supposed to own my album 5 years after. And my manager, my former manager,
Right.
claimed that she shred all my files.
Oh,
I'm to own the album, there me own it.
well, you know, as you
That's
said,
the business part of the music where at times if people don't know, we artists go through some things business-wise where make us feel like we not even want to sing again.
I
But
understand.
because of the love of the people and the love of the music and our responsibility and our duty, we still have to sing.
And this is why people like me, I don't hold anything against you or Everton Blender because I know the business. I know you have
All
nothing
right.
to do with it. But once
But
I
me
talk
have
to
no
you,
idea.
I have to bring it up. I have to
All
bring
right.
it up. Hey, listen,
So
let me go ahead.
So what happened now, Mr. Lindsay? You see, when I came up in April of 97,
Uh-huh.
because when I came back from December 96 performance, which I performed in Boston, but when I came to New York, it was Q Club. Me learned to me not to perform.
In
And I
Queens.
was like, why make me not to perform? But in those days, I was so young
Yeah, and
and obedient.
you follow instructions. Them say now
I
work
me did
you.
obedient. But if me did unruly, all me did have to do, I just go hold the mic and say, mankind no easy and the whole place is mine. I'm stand up in a Q Club and watch Red Rat, Goofy, General Degree, and everybody perform. And no man not even call me and say, Bushman in our place. Sing a song. Because them know
Because
what we done.
them know it that because you are the
Them
only
know, and you
roots
know, say,
artist on that package there.
from that time, Mr. Lindsay, till now, me never get a major festival with a half an hour for myself in a New York yet.
Since then, you haven't done that yet?
Never. Me do 4 songs at one time. On a show where Squeeze used to keep in a
Westchester.
park in a Queens.
Mm-hmm.
You see me? And then one time, I think we got the chance to perform with a band. That was long
So let
after.
me ask you. Let me ask you this.
You
This is
know?
why. This
But
is what
me not get to sing the way I would want to sing to New
I
York.
understand that, and somebody got listening right now gotta make it happen as soon as it can happen. But this is why you took that thing at was it Rebel Salute or dance one of them shows where you took it real personal when they cut you.
Real personal, because
So
over the years
you feel like it was going
I
through.
have.
You feel you were going through it again. It was the second time.
Yeah, I really got emotional. Because I work hard because, dig this, Rebel Salute started to request me at about 16, 15, somewhere around about 14, 16, 2014, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
But little did I know that when they send like a feed out for people to say which artist they would like to see on Rebel Salute, my name was one of the dominant names.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember in 2016 we did South Africa. And when I was coming home, I found out that the Queen was launching her album called Climb.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I reached out to Ryan, which is a good friend of mine, and I told him I was going to be in New York and I would like to be at the album launch. So I'd like him to put my name and my manager's name
Mm-hmm.
at the door.
Mm-hmm.
His words were, bring a couple tracks because I'm going to want you to sing a couple songs.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went and I sung, that was when I was booked on Rebel Salute for the January.
Right.
And mind you, this was about November sometime there because they always do a launch
They do a launch
America.
in New York and in
Right.
Florida.
Correct. So we started doing this, Rebel Salute. But every time me perform on Rebel Salute, it was so pandemonium. And then after me done perform for an hour or two, you hear the sound where you hear when Bushman up on the stage. So every year after, me start get booked for Rebel Salute. But one of the things is that at times I would learn that I'm working at 12, and then when you reach at least at 10 o'clock because you want to get in at the
Right, the vibes and all that.
sitting and grooving and people are two little person can ask you a couple questions before you go up on stage, like interview and so on.
Right.
And them things that really for me build my self-esteem and give me a good energy to go up on stage because I love doing interviews, right?
Right.
So we are work on the thing I work because really and truly I don't get local shows. Rebel Salute, I was using it as a platform for local shows, make them see who Bushman is, because most of my income is like from an international world.
And you are an international artist, anyhow.
Yes. So,
So why was it so personal, though, Bushman? Get to the point.
Watch this now. We are singing a lot of music. We just not get no earplay if we not do the pure or something there. And
right.
Like for me, we can't keep up with it because then the new era start coming now where the scammers becomes artists. A lot of them are not really artists, if you put them on a
well, you know.
If me I tell you, if you put them on a boop, 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 boop,
You should know
boop,
you're artist, so artists
they
should know what a
can't
real
ride that.
artist.
They could never ride a 90s rhythm. Believe that. But they could
I've seen
ride
it,
a
I've
slow
heard it.
rhythm, and then with the works of a Pro Tools they can be edited and sound good with an
Right,
attitude like Ray.
right.
I mean, like I've been watching like the LA festival with Coffee and yo. I don't know if I carry on, but no life is there, brethren. I mean, I see footage from IG and thing, and there's no life. The people, them just stand
It's
up and look.
it
I'm
started
wondering,
already?
it started already. I'm see clips of Coffee performing, Leela Ike performing,
Oh, that
and the
tourist
Marley brothers and stuff. And
okay.
trust me, me nah get that. Me nah get
Yeah,
that
you
fire
not
there.
feel it. You
You
not feel
mad?
it.
You think Bushman could have depend that? Fire off a shell up.
Well, man, even if you were on it, you would bring that live vibe, that
Yes,
Bushman vibe,
yes,
to it.
yes.
I didn't know that tour because that's the
Come here.
tour that they were
From
saying
what I
Buju was
learned
gonna
from people
travel.
all the while, me are this perfectionist. So, in a
I saw,
ramping
yeah,
thing.
well, you know, you have your reputation already. All right, let me
All right.
remind the listeners of another Bushman, and this is from the album. You treated it like a stepchild. The album is called Conquering Lion. This was supposed to be the lead single from the album, Bushman.
Yeah, that was the lead single because for me, like, and then we did make one of them logo with a finger pointing at you, but the big finger is pointing back.
Back.
I mean, the finger pointing at you,
I
but who's
remember.
pointing the finger? The big finger is also pointing back
I
at them.
remember. I remember. No. Usually, an artist gets 30 minutes of interview on my program. Usually.
Yeah, usually.
No, you know, so you got 40 minutes now.
But we have so much things to
And that's
talk
what I
about.
said in the
So,
promo that I put up. We have, trust me, we have a lot to talk about.
yeah.
Now let's get to speed. 2022, your first single, and you have now joined the camp in a way. Might be
Yeah,
limited, but
yeah.
you
In a
have
way,
now joined this.
I like the camp.
You like the
I
camp?
like the
Tell us
camp.
about
Yeah,
Big Feet Records.
Big Feet record. Well, one of the things is that one of the things that really it never come out of my head. He sent me a rhythm, right? I
Josh
sing a
Harris.
song. I sung a song, but he never liked the song. Me, I like, no problem, no problem. I'll sing a next song on it. He's like, no. Me, I sing a different rhythm. Because rhythm bring out the best in an artist. The artist write a contour, the rhythm speaks to him. So let me send you our next rhythm. So when he sent the other rhythm, it was speaking to me
He
in a
called your
lover's
name.
mood
It
and
calls
in
your
a
name.
Dennis Brown kind of energy. And I said, yo, from where you this itch me, you know, about this long distance relationship. Because it's been a while since my wife has been literally at home.
Right.
She's in England right now, and her son got sick from about 2018. And then 2019, we found out that she has to be there around him. So from 2019, she has been in England, and the only thing I got to do was visit. Because when I was on tour in 2019, I got the chance to spend about 3 months around my son. And ever since I left 2019 and this pandemic and so on, I haven't been back to England. I saw her twice in America because she flew to America, and we came to see her grandson, you know?
Wow.
But I haven't seen her again. I just phone talk, and then she's going back to school for business management again to upgrade the stuff. And so, because she do manage my business, you know what I'm saying?
Vanessa, you're talking Vanessa.
Vanessa, right?
Yeah, man. Yellow
So,
family.
there and then it would be so easy to write this as song.
All right.
You know, and it's really speaking to me in a Dennis Brown energy as opposed to a Lighthouse, which speaks to me like Peter, because Lighthouse was written by the producer, I guess, Art to Art, that was based in America, and the lyrical content was brought to me with the musical composition.
All right,
But the musical composition was speaking to me like Peter, just like how this rhythm that Big Feet sent me was speaking to me like a Dennis Brown.
All right, let's
Because
hear it.
one of the things, you know, is that Bushman, the thing about it is that Bushman is a musical medicine man. So within my music, all different kind of medicine in my music. Look at Dennis Brown, look at, you know what I mean? Come and love them, love every artist and iron sharpen iron. And I take a little page out of each of them book.
Did Peter Tosh's Bush Doctor had any influence on you naming yourself Bushman? Because you had another name before. I forgot.
It was an ordinance. To me, it was ordained because the first name was Junior Melody.
Junior Melody.
but
another melody.
Right. A lot of melody. My producers thought, yo, there is too much melody.
I agree.
Melody, you have Courtney melody, then you have singing melody. Where I come from?
Bobby melody.
Yeah, Bobby melody. This melody a thing. Yeah. So, when they say Bushman, never liked it. Thought it was just a pretty way to call me country boy.
Country boy. And in a sense you were. You don't know where you come from. No St. Thomas
I am a country boy.
No St. Thomas you come from. A St. Thomas?
St. Thomas.
What you mean? Country boy. Hey, Bushman, let's give the audience a taste of your latest single.
My latest single.
Next to me. Yes. Bushman, you can't get no real than this one. You can't get no real than this.
Close to me. I need you close to me. Cause you mean the most to me. Yeah.
Nice.
But I love the second verse though. I will never give up on you, love, no matter what life might get, what they might say. And I will never get tired of your love, no matter what dice might play.
Nice.
I count the minutes and hours whenever we're not together. Woman, give your loving to me, don't leave me in displeasure. You know what I mean?
How does Vanessa? How does she feel about it? What's her
I think she feels great because she knows. I mean, like Chronic should have said, "Every love, a one queen," and like he must say, "Every love." I don't remember him said, but he must say, "Every love song when me sing." Like you me sing about, and she knows. Like the way I sing certain songs, she knows. Like she can relate.
Bushman,
I mean, like
let me
arms
get
of a woman, you know.
Yeah, I
know. I remember somebody went to her and told her like, Bushman, I try if you tell you say, I 3 different women him want, you know, a princess and a lover and a wife, you know.
I don't know one person can have all 3 persons.
You know, say one person can be a princess, a lover, and a wife, right. like.
But Bushman, isn't it's a bit? You're a young man. Basically. And it's a bit unusual for an entertainer to be expressing his love, real love for his wife. Because normally they kind of mask it and sugarcoat it and cover it. Why are you so public with yours?
I have to be. I have to remind her how much I love her because at times, you know what I mean, she'll feel like you're not hers because, I mean, like, before the tour bus drop off, you know, and our lights lock off, you know, we're for the world.
Wow.
But when the tour bus drop off and our light lock off, and we becomes that mere mortal.
Yes.
Who is there?
Vanessa.
All right.
Hey, like I said, listen, we gotta go. We probably will do another one by the middle of the year because you're working on your next album.
Yeah, we're working on the next album. In fact, we want to do an EP and I want to show people a different side of me. I want to go back into that dance style. I want to see if we can get some of the can get trap.
The trap.
But we want to see if we want to do some trap and just put a next little taste.
Right.
In the medicine, you know what I mean?
Right.
So there and then, and all the people in my cannabis album, which we're working on, crypto-wise. Because we want to do a red, green, and gold crypto energy, where the green album is marijuana, and the red album is for love, and the gold album is for love, and the red album is the radicalism and which, you know, social commentary beat down the whole energy.
All right.
So there's a lot of work, but the beauty is having my studio at home and having good equipment in my studio. When I'm a virgin, so one of the things that I admire with you, you're always trying to get the best equipment for your studio.
And where do you call home now? Still in the hills of St. Thomas?
Yes, still St. Thomas. I can't change. The only thing I change is my cologne and my clothes. And
You're still there, St. Thomas. I hear you.
But I mean, people always tell me that, yo, Bushman, you know what I mean? So one of the greater things is that having the studio, because I always try it, because a lot of artists spend their money on fashion and for me, like, I would like to put back into the business that makes me what I am.
And it's beneficial, because if you wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and you get a vibe, you can just go in the studio and put
self-record myself.
Hey, listen, brethren, we could go on and on and on, but
we have to go. The people out there, if you should ask me now, Mr. Lindsay, what do I have to say to the youth?
You know me to ask you that. So go ahead.
We always get a question there. And for all the people out there listening in, for all of the youth that want to get into the business, believe in yourself, be yourself, love the elders, check out the business, study your craft where you go into, whether it's music, woodwork, you know what I mean, whatever craft it's good to know the foundation of your craft.
Yes.
You know, believe in yourself. Everything starts with self-belief, self-love, self-consciousness. Create a good self-esteem and then a great self-confidence. And Marcus the Messiah told me that a man with confidence wins before him even start.
That is true.
Well,
Dwight Duncan, it's always a pleasure. And maybe we do it again in June when the EP or the album
No,
is
it's
ready.
not a maybe. We're going to do it in June.
Oh, all right. So we do it in June. And good luck with the new single, Next to Me.
Give thanks, man. We're pushing it. We're pushing it like an anchor. You know?
Yes. And I think it's going to do well, because it's the time and it's reality in today's time, you know?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we'll talk, Bushman.
Fitzroy, because Fitzroy is that. He's a
little genius, man. He's a little genius.
I love him.
Yeah, he's a little genius.
Yes, sir.
Bushman,
genius.
We'll talk.
Yes, sir. Love to the people out there. One love. Bless you.
And Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Only for artists, no for them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out no for water. To reggae artists.